Assalamualaikum and good morning to our lecturer. Today we would like to present our study title, Assessing Digital Readiness in Malaysia Rural School. Our case focuses on rural school in Sabah and our methodology is technology assessment. First, let me introduce our group member, Nur Hafiza, Nur Shahira, Nur Azwahida, Pek Enchuan and Ang Suji. Let's move to introduction. Digital inclusion is a national priority in Malaysia, but a digital divide still exists between urban and rural areas, especially in rural Sabah. Many schools face limited internet access, lack of ICT facilities, and low digital literacy. This issue became more evident during the COVID-19 pandemic when students struggle with online learning. Therefore, the study assesses ICT infrastructure and digital literacy in rural Sabah school using technology assessment to understand digital readiness and reduce the rural-urban digital divide. For next slide, we would like to show a short video related to our topic. This video tells the real story of Viviana, a student from Pita Sabah who was studying in University Malaysia Sabah. About 4 years ago, when she was foundation student, she had to climb a tree just to get an internet connection in order to answer her online examination. Her experience clearly shows the serious challenges faced by students in rural Sabah, especially due to poor internet coverage. This case highlights how limited ICT infrastructure and weak connectivity can affect students' access to education.
Jadi kita terpaksa memanjat pokok ini sekiranya kita ingin mendapatkan internet connection yang kuat sepanjang exam berlangsung. Dan lepas tu aku ada bawa satu botol air. Ini kita punya bekal. Lepas tu aku ada juga bawa satu kelambu peninggalan nenek moyang. Kita kan stay sampai besok, jadi kita perlukan kelambu untuk mencegah nyamuk. Walaupun kita sudah ada bawa satu ratus nyamuk, tapi kita perlukan juga ini untuk extra protection. Dan juga peralatan untuk exam. Kita ada bawa beberapa helai kertas, kita ada bawa pensel, kalkulator. Jom, set up. Jom masuk. Hati-hati kamu nanti jatuh. So, inilah aktiviti kita hari ini. Selain daripada menjawab exam online, kita juga bercamping di atas pokok. So, sekarang ni jam 8.54 pagi. Dalam lagi exam. Submit. Jam 12.50 tengah hari. Okey. Nampaknya exam kimia sudah habis dan petang ni disambung lagi dengan exam apa tu pengajian Malaysia. Memandangkan sudah tengah hari, jadi kita perlu makan.
Next, methodology description. The research uses the technology assessment approach in order to assess digital preparedness of Malaysian rural school with respect to selected schools in Kedah and Sabah. Such an approach is appropriate since it not only analyzes the availability of technological resources, but also the human and organizational conditions which can determine the effective implementation of the information and communication technology ICT in education. There are 6 of government initiatives. First, digital infrastructure development. The government focuses on building new telecommunication towers and expanding 5G internet coverage to improve connectivity in rural and interior areas. This initiative directly addresses the lack of basic digital infrastructure. Second, digital support and service platform. Platforms such as the Sabah Digital Help Center and digital workspaces e-work are introduced to support ICT services, coordination, and digital engagement among school and communities. Third, digital literacy and outreach program. Programs aim at enhancing digital skills among students, educators, and local communities are implemented to ensure effective use of ICT, not just to assess it. Fourth, Safe Internet and Awareness Initiative. The MCMC Safe Internet Campaign, KIS, involved 1,298 schools across Sabah. This initiative promotes responsible and safe internet usage among students and teachers. Fifth, Digital Education Pilot Program. The Digital School Pilot Project selects 5 primary schools in Sabah to test and implement digital education strategies under the Digital Education Policy. Last one, device and hardware assistance programs. Initiatives such as SABAH Computer Kindness Assistance by and the Malaysia Family Student Device Program provide laptops and tablets to underprivileged students, ensuring equitable access to learning devices.
For this section, I will be applying the technology assessment methodology to a real-world case study involving rural school in Sabah. The focus of this assessment is on two main aspects, which are digital literacy and ICT infrastructure. The main objective here is to evaluate whether the current technological capabilities in this rural school are sufficient to support online and hybrid learning. This is particularly important as Malaysia continues to move toward a more digital supported education system. Through this case study, we aim to understand the level of digital readiness and identify whether further technological intervention is required. One of the key issues identified is limited internet access in rural area of Sabah, which is largely influenced by challenging geography and remote location. This condition make it difficult to deploy stable and consistent digital infrastructure. This digital gap is also supported by national data. According to the Digital Competency Score in 2023, rural students recorded an average score of 3.24 compared to 3.34 among urban students. Although the difference may seem small, it reflects unequal access to digital tool device and learning opportunities. As a result, rural students are placed at a disadvantage in an education system that increasingly depends on technology. To address these challenges, several technology options have been identified as more suitable for rural Sabah, particularly VSAT and hybrid 4G system. These technologies are considered more feasible than fiber broadband due to the steep terrains and dispersed population. However, there are also risks involved, such as device damage due to high humidity and low digital confidence among teachers, and issues related to electricity supply and maintenance. Therefore, a phased improvement strategy is recommended. These include improving internet connectivity using feasible technology, providing affordable digital devices to students, and supporting teachers through continuous digital training. By aligning infrastructure development with capacity building, rural schools in Sabah can gradually achieve sustainable digital readiness and reduce the rural-urban education gap.
In this section, I will discuss the main findings from the technology assessment on rural school in Sabah. Overall, the results show that digital readiness in rural Sabah school is still relatively low. This is mainly due to limitation in ICT infrastructure and challenging geographical conditions. As shown on the map, many rural and interior areas of Sabah are located in mountainous regions with scattered settlements. Because of this, it is difficult to build and maintain stable internet infrastructure. As a result, many schools experience unstable internet connection, delayed maintenance, and limited access to digital learning platforms. This explains why digital learning adoption remains uneven across rural Sabah. Looking at the trends, infrastructure and access issues continue to be a main barriers to digital learning in rural areas. Fiber broadband coverage is very limited because the terrain is mountainous and villages are stretched far apart. This makes fiber deployment costly and technically challenging. Therefore, most rural schools rely on alternative connectivity solutions such as satellite-based VSAT and hybrid 4G system. While these solutions provide base access, they are often unstable and have limited capacity. In addition, data show that around 52% of students in Sabah do not have reliable internet access or suitable digital device. This trend suggests that adult digital tools are gradually being introduced. The overall digital learning environment is still not strong enough to support consistent and effective online education. These findings have important implications for both education and policy. The digital device in rural Sabah schools is not just a technology issue. It is also an issue of educational equity. Providing device alone is not sufficient. A more integrated approach is needed. This included improving internet connectivity using flexible solutions like VSET or hybrid 4G, supplying affordable devices such as tablets, and continuously training teachers to improve their digital skills. Addressing this issue is essential to support Malaysia's digital transformation goals and to ensure that rural students are not left behind in an increasingly digital education system.
This slide shows ways to improve digital readiness in rural schools. First, internet access should be improved using VSAT and 4G, especially in remote areas. This helps provide stable internet. Second, schools should provide affordable devices like low-cost tablets, so students can join online learning. Third, teachers and students need continuous digital training to help them use technology better. Finally, schools should ensure long-term support by managing power issues and working with local ICT partners. This step can help reduce the digital gap and improve education quality in rural areas. In conclusion, this study shows that rural schools in Sabah are not ready for digital learning. Many schools have poor internet, not enough devices, and low digital skills. These problems are worse in remote and low-income areas. The COVID-19 pandemic exposed these weaknesses. To close the digital gap, schools need better internet, affordable devices, and continuous digital training so that all students can benefit from digital education. That's all. Thank you.